I'm Clive Enover, business strategist, and I work with people to ensure they have a clear roadmap to success. In business, of course, we deal with clients, and sometimes a client becomes not the right client. This could be a matter of somebody who's been a client for a long time, or it could be a brand new client where things have turned sour. How do you cope with this? Well, first off, of course, we anticipate that we'll find a positive outcome where everybody's needs and wishes are actually fulfilled. We get the right outcome. Sometimes, of course, that's not going to happen. Where did it all go wrong? If they're a new client and they've suddenly turned sour, we need to look at how we brought this client on. Was everybody aware of what was necessary to satisfy the needs of this client? Were we clear about what we do and how we support our clients? Were we clear to the exclusion of any misconception? Well, apparently not, because if the client has gone a bit sour and it's a brand new client, something wasn't right in the onboarding process. Now, it's necessary to deal with that and deal with it as quickly as you can to make sure that your business is not adversely affected in the long term. If we insist on working with a client who is not the right client, we're introducing trouble, we're introducing toxic relations. They can be devastating to a business. So what do we look to? When we brought this client on, we should have been looking for our ideal client. And if we're clear about who our ideal client is, and we express clearly how we go about doing everything to the satisfaction of our ideal client, we'll have very little opportunity to bring on a client who's going to go sour quickly. Over time, clients can change. Whilst they were an ideal client for the beginning and whatever period of time they've been with us, that's great. But people's needs and values change across time. Perhaps we've ignored them, and here we are doing a job for them now, but their needs have changed and we haven't had clear enough communication to understand the change. When we understand the changes in a person's needs relative to what we provide, and we see that we can't provide what they want, then it's time to have the breakup. So how do you break up with a client, especially one that you've had for such a long time? Well, first we look to, why is this happening? Is it happening because the needs have changed and we didn't explain clearly what we do? Well, if we didn't explain clearly what we do, the chances are we haven't had clear communication with this particular client, and as a result, we're not aware that their needs have changed. We're not aware that they're actually looking for something that we don't do. We might say, well, it's up to them, they made a mistake. Well, probably not. You've been looking after them for such a long time. They expected you to be able to do whatever it is that they wanted. It's that clear communication early that allows us to spot a problem before it turns up. You see, the interesting thing about customer service problems is that we, the business owner, get to choose when we have them. If a customer service problem develops late in the relationship, it's going to cause all manner of problems. It's going to cost money, it's going to cost time, it's going to cost energy. You take away the energy from the leader, it takes away energy from the rest of the business. That energy which is being spent on trying to resolve an issue would be better spent finding new ideal clients. So if we identify an issue early, we can deal with it straight away. And you might say, well, it's still costing me money because I'm not getting the business. Okay, the money that you would have got is all spent as soon as the problem actually arises. We get rid of the customer service issue early. It's much better for the business. It's much better for the client or potential client if we get rid of it early enough. And so our teams remain on goal, on point, so to speak. They're striving for the right outcomes. Everything works better. Knowing when to break up is really important. Whether the relationship turns sour, we've either got to fix it or move away. Obviously try to fix it, but try to fix it before it arises. Make sure your communication is always open, always clear, and there's much less likelihood of having these problems.